It is day 26 of VEDA, and today we are talking about the top 5 things we would recommend where we live. When I give recommendations, I really like to take into consideration who I am talking to, so I'm going to tweak this topic a little bit and instead talk about 5 of my favorite places where I live, because that is less overwhelming for me. I live in Los Angeles, California. I moved here in the summer of 2009 with the man I thought I was going to marry, whom, spoiler alert, I didn't end up marrying. Instead, we broke up before we moved here, and then moved here together. Don't know that I've made any good life decisions thus far. Let me tell you about 5 of my favorite places in Los Angeles. Number 1, my favorite neighborhood that I like to hang out in. I live in a suburb, and there's just not a lot for young people like me to do, so I spend a lot of time in the hipster neighborhoods of LA. So the neighborhoods I'm talking about are Los Feliz, Silver Lake, and Echo Park. Number 2, my favorite place to get breakfast in Los Angeles is More Than Waffles in Encino. I am actually not a waffle person, but the waffles there changed my life. That's all I can say. Number 3, my favorite bookstore in Los Angeles is The Last Bookstore in downtown LA. It is just so full of whimsy and books, but whimsy, which is why I love it. The last time I was there, I was talking to one of the employees, and he's like, this used to be an old bank building, and it's haunted. Even cooler. I also had the opportunity to do a reading at the Last Bookstore of my writing. So that's another thing that I love about it. We brought wine, it was fun, listening to great writers, and spending time with good people. Number 4, my favorite place to watch the sunset, and that is the Redondo Beach Pier. There are a lot of beaches here, but the Redondo Beach Pier in particular is near and dear to my heart. 1, because I used to live basically at the pier's edge, and 2, because it is the pier from the OC, and I hold a torch for Seth Cohen. Is that the right saying? You know what I mean. I have a big crush on Seth Cohen, and he's not even a real person. And finally, my favorite place to see stand-up. The place that I've definitely gone the most is Largo at the Coronet in West Hollywood. That place reminds me of a tiny auditorium, like at a school. It is so homey and welcoming and cozy. I have seen some of my favorite comedians ever on that stage. I absolutely adore that place. Second runner-up, it was really hard for me to decide between these two, but I have to mention the Nerd Melt Theater in Meltdown Comics. So it's in the back of a comic book store, so there are a bunch of comics and toys and interesting things in there. It's also where a lot of Nerdist podcasts are taped, and then it's where comedy happens. So those are 5 of my favorite places in Los Angeles. If you ever want specific recommendations of things to do in LA, I'm more than happy to do that if you tell me what you like. But for now, this is all I've got. Love your faces, and I will see you guys later.